This video and all content on this channel is performed by a pest control professional, and it is always recommended to hire a pest control pro in your area to perform any pest control in or outside your home. Pesticides can harm you and your loved ones. Anyone who is performing the information in this video is doing so at their own risk. If you decide to try the info provided in this video, please always check with the local laws in your area and read the labels of any product you use. The label is the law.
Hey everybody, this is Jason Akers again with Green Acres Pest Control. And today I want to talk about pesticides, the way they smell, and if they're truly as toxic as people would have you believe. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and if you really like it, consider subscribing to my channel. So I recently got a post on my YouTube about pesticides and the way they smell. What happened was a person, woman, man, not really sure, had a technician, pest control technician, come into their apartment or house and treated for bed bugs. When you treat for bed bugs, people need to leave and everything so that the chemical can dry. When she went back into her house, the pesticide, of course, had dried, but it didn't smell like anything. And so she assumed that nothing had really been done. Is this an adequate way to think? Is this true? Did they not do anything? Should it smell like pesticides after someone has treated your house for, say, roaches, bed bugs, ants, fleas, anything? And I want to go over that today, and I want to address that. I get a lot of posts on my videos about the harmfulness of pesticides, especially on the videos that I do about diatomaceous earth, essential oils, using like rubbing alcohol and stuff like that for things like bed bugs, mainly because I'm against it. I don't think that you should be using things like essential oils and diatomaceous earth and alcohol for the control of insects. This being because there's not really a lot of study done around these products as far as your safety. And in fact, when they do studies as far as human safety and pet safety, they find that it's actually detrimental to the pet or the person's health. I don't recommend using, like I said, diatomaceous earth, essential oils, or rubbing alcohol. Now, rubbing alcohol mainly because it's highly flammable, and the fumes can actually harm you. They can mess with your brain health, and they can cause a lot of health problems. Diatomaceous earth is harmful to breathe. It is a dust. It's a silica dust. People will use things like Cemexa, which is also a silica dust. And if you don't understand the dangers and actually how to apply the dust effectively, you could end up poisoning yourself with silica and create yourself a problem worse than you had when you just had the bugs. And essential oils cause all kinds of health concerns with infants, cats, just people with asthmatic problems. And so I don't recommend it for pest control specifically. I'm not a doctor. I'm not going to tell you what you can and can't use for your own health. But as far as pesticides go, they're just not safe as a pesticide or a pest application. And I get a lot of flack on those videos. A lot of people come in and say, well, so you'd rather use a highly carcinogenic, stinky pesticide all in the house and risk giving people cancer and all this, rather than just use some DE or some essential oils, But the truth is the pesticides that I use specifically in my business aren't carcinogenic. If you read the studies that have been done, and there have been many, many, many studies on the pesticides I use in my business, they're not linked to cancer at all. In fact, I think with Alpine, the worst problem they were able to derive that caused, some eye irritation, not blindness or anything like that, but just it stung in the eyes until it got washed out. That's the worst it's going to do to you. And Alpine WSG doesn't even smell like anything's been sprayed. It's a water-based pesticide. Most of the pesticides I use are water-based, so they don't have any odor. Typically, what causes a pesticide to smell is usually a combination of different compounds, whether it's a chemical mixture between active and inert ingredients, there's several things that can make a pesticide smell. Some chemicals, they'll actually put something in it to make it smell. So you're like, oh, like for example, propane. Propane by itself doesn't smell. It doesn't have a vapor. It's odorless. And so they add certain ingredients to it to make it stink. So you're like, ooh, it smells like a gas leak. Because if it were to go unnoticed, you could die or potentially blow up your house with a propane leak. So it's not uncommon for additives to be added to chemicals, pesticides, like I said, natural gas and different things, to make it stink so that you know, oh, a pesticide has been sprayed. Now, in this modern time that we live in, a lot of people don't like pesticides to smell. Not a lot of chemicals smell naturally. And that especially water-based pesticides, they have little to no smell at all. And because a lot of people, when you go in their house and you spray chemicals around, they just don't like it. They don't like the smell of stinkiness in the house. I'll tell you something else that smells. So other than like human gas, but when you cook, say, collard greens, they stink. They smell bad, but they're actually really good for you. You can eat them. They're really good for your health. They're good for your body. They help build strong muscles and bones, and they're really good for you. But pesticides, just because they smell, doesn't necessarily mean that they're bad or that you're causing yourself physical harm by, smelling the little bit that might be evaporating. In fact, a lot of pesticides, the reason they smell is because they have a petroleum distillate in them, which is similar to oil-based paints. And you wouldn't stay out of your house for, a year or 6 months or 4 months until your house no longer smelled like it had just recently been painted. Not because it won't hurt you to be in the house while the paint is curing. And the pesticide, when it evaporates and it cures, it does have a little bit of an odor sometimes if it has a petroleum distillate in it. For example, Crossfire has a petroleum distillate in the pesticide, but it's one of the safest pesticides on the market. It causes no health problems with pets, like bunnies, groundhogs or gophers or whatever it is, rats and stuff. All the different animals they tested it on, they couldn't kill anything with it. It doesn't kill animals at all. It doesn't harm people at all. You spray it directly on your mattress, crib mattresses, hospital mattresses. And then you can just wait for it to dry and then cover it up with a sheet and sleep on it. It won't hurt you. It's very safe, but it might have a little bit of a smell while it's drying. So this is something that I wanted to address because it does come up quite frequently in my line of work when it comes to the way that pesticides smell. Just because a pesticide has a smell to it, or you can tell something has been sprayed, it doesn't mean it's going to hurt you. So hopefully this, or likewise, if you don't smell a pesticide, like the comment before, just because you don't smell a chemical doesn't mean that nothing has been done. Because most of the time when I go out and I treat a house for, say, ants or cockroaches, the pesticides don't smell at all, especially if you use things like bait that have no odor. So hopefully this video has shed some light on pesticides and the safety or stinkiness of them. If you're curious about what I recommend, I have lots of videos on my channel. You should subscribe to the channel and go search around and see if you can't find some videos on, how to get rid of ants or how to get rid of bed bugs, how to get rid of cockroaches. I have a lot of really good videos on my channel. So be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and stick around. I live stream every Thursday nights where I answer your questions live. I open chat, I talk to people, and I also take phone calls. So if this is something that interests you, you really should, like I said, like the channel and subscribe to the videos and hit that notification bell, because sometimes I've noticed a lot of my subscribers aren't even getting my videos because they haven't hit the bell. So don't forget to hit the notification bell so when I'm live or when I upload a new video, you get notified first. Y'all have a great day. I appreciate it, and I'll talk to you next time.